back to the show. I'm here in the kitchen as promised with Julia. Good morning.
Hi.
Julia is from Bun in the Oven. So tell us a little bit about that before we get started.
So I do grain-free, mostly dairy-free baking. I specialize in doing baked goods for people with allergies or special diets. If they're doing paleo, everything I bake is paleo. Everything I bake is gluten-free. So my products are a treat for people who, are trying to either eat healthy or are kind of limited.
And they're a treat for everyone, too, I think.
Well, that too. I like to think so.
You're not going to say, oh, this is definitely gluten-free, because you do an amazing job with your products. Thanks. And they have a lot of nutritional value. And let's start baking. What are we baking today?
So we're making some basic muffins today. So this is the most basic recipe I have. It doesn't take any super fancy ingredients. The only thing is almond flour. And when you're buying almond flour, you want to make sure that you're getting a really fine ground almond flour, and blanched is the best.
Okay, great. And almond flour is going to give you the opportunity to be gluten-free but have a really nice texture as
exactly.
well.
And it keeps moisture really well. It makes for a really easy conversion for the high altitude. The only thing that I do for my recipes in terms of converting for the high altitude is reducing the leavener. So it makes it just super, super easy because of the moisture in the recipes. So like I said, we'll do just a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda.
Okay.
If you were going to try to make these down at sea level, you'd do a full teaspoon.
Awesome. And that's one thing that's also really great about Julia is she does give you tips for high altitude baking, which can be a real challenge. So I'm not someone who knows how to bake at all, so it is an extra challenge for me. But even if you do know how to bake, that high altitude is another aspect. And you can find tips on your website about that as well.
Yes.
And what are you adding here?
So I'm putting in some vanilla. And then I'm actually, I said this is basic, but I always lie.
It's true.
You can make these super basic. Throw in some frozen blueberries or raspberries and you're on your way to a great breakfast. But what I'm doing today is I'm actually using Olive Fusion products. So instead of making these with coconut oil, I have 1/2 cup of blood orange olive oil here.
And we know the Olive Fusion products really well. They do an amazing job. So they have our tasting room that you can find all different flavored olive oils and balsamics. Yeah. And Julia gets to present some of her baked goods there, and they have a really fun partnership as well.
Yeah, so they have a tea room right now that they've just opened up for tea parties for kids and for adults alike. And I'm doing all their baked goods. So everything that's served there will have Bun in the Oven products made with Olive Fusion olive oils and balsamics and spices. The other thing that was in this jar is actually honey. The good trick for baking with honey is you measure out your oils first and then stick your honey in the same container and it'll fall right out instead of getting all sticky.
Great. And so we're doing a kind of, the twist is the orange and then also cherry.
And cherry. So when I do, this particular recipe calls for vinegar as another part of the leavener. And so when I make this with Olive Fusion stuff, I love to pair their balsamics. So I'm using a black cherry balsamic vinegar here. And it's about a tablespoon. I didn't bring with me.
And these are all products, again, you can find at Olive Fusion, which has locations in both Frisco, and then they just moved on to their new location in Breckenridge and opened that tea room there.
So they're in the outlet mall in Silverthorne, and then they're also in this new spot. It's kind of hidden behind a little tree. It's very sweet. And they've got this beautiful tea room set up. It's a historic building, so it's just a really, really quaint spot.
They did a great job. Crystal did an excellent job with this new building, and now you can go enjoy a baked good from Bun in the Oven and some tea in the tea room. So that's an excellent thing to do if you're over in Breckenridge, too.
That egg was a little bit stubborn.
Oh, that's all right.
So now, with all my recipes, it's like dump it in and then mix it up. So here I'm just going to mix everything together.
And it already smells. I love the smell of those balsamics, those olive oils. It's really... And these are recipes that you can find online, right?
Yeah, so this recipe, which is just the basic blueberry muffin recipe, if you want to make it that way, is on my website, my recipe blog. And then you can just go crazy with it. Like, add whatever you want. In the summer, you could do, strawberry and basil. I love to combine savory herbs with sweeter foods. So
Absolutely,
I do like a orange rosemary. You can just add whatever flavoring.
And last time we were here, we cooked green chili cookies.
We did do green chili cookies.
And that was an Olive Fusion product as well, too. Used the green chili olive oil.
Yeah. So whenever I'm trying to add flavor, I either use the olive fusion oils or I use essential oils. And so that just gives me a lot of really good options. So here I have my local cherries that I froze over the summer. I go crazy all summer long.
Yeah, they look amazing.
So there they are. And I quartered them, and now I'm just going to toss them with a tablespoon of tapioca flour.
Okay, and what's that going to do?
That's going to prevent them from gooping up the muffins too bad because they are pretty juicy. So the tapioca flour just thickens up those juices a little bit.
Great. And so it's all really coming together here. You can kind of see, like, this already looks delicious. I feel like I could take a spoon to it. Although I won't, because I am patient and I will wait for the muffin. I learned that. My mom taught me how to be patient when baking. But it's all really coming together. And again, where is your store located?
So I'm right across the street. My kitchen is in Silverthorne. It's 252 Warren Avenue, right across from the Comcast building.
Really close to us. We're
Really
neighbors.
close to us. And then I also sell at retail locations around the county. So if you follow #FindBITO, I do real-time tweets about where I'm dropping stuff off, what I'm dropping off, and that way you can find my products all over the county.
You.
So I'm at Abby's Coffee Shop. I'm at the Crown in Breckenridge, Yellow Arrow under the library.
The new Yellow Arrow, which you definitely have to check that out if you haven't been in there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. And if you don't have my products at your favorite coffee shop, just ask because
there you go.
I am.
Because you're slowly expanding.
I am slowly expanding. What's
You've been a
crazy
busy girl.
is that I'm actually pretty much at capacity right now. I have as many clients as I can really take on before I have to start hiring more people. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's been
and that
going
just shows
very
you
well.
how successful this has been. Because if you're looking for kind of just a treat or something that's a little bit healthier for you, Julia really thinks about the ingredients, like I was saying. And that makes the difference when you're eating. What if you're looking to just be a little bit more healthy, or if you have a dietary restriction. You're really great about using those proper ingredients.
Yeah, so every ingredient is sourced. You probably can't hear me while I'm doing this. Every ingredient is sourced and then handled so that it has the optimal nutritional value. So the blanched almond flour, like I mentioned, is important because that's going to give you the most nutrients. The skins in almonds are actually nutrient enzyme inhibitors, so you end up not being able to absorb all of the wonderful goodness that's in the almonds.
Absolutely.
Because the skins are preventing you from doing that. So so there's all kind of tricks of the trade there.
And you're going to learn. She's obviously very educated on the subject, and you can find that all this information, the recipes and everything, on your website. What is it again?
Yes, it is bunintheovenfrisco.com.
Awesome. And let's take a final look as you're preparing these muffins at the baked muffins, because we have a baked version right here. They looked delicious and they smell amazing. So make sure you check out the website again. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, Julia.
Thank you.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to dive into these muffins. We have plenty more to come, so stick with us. We'll be back after this.